Hey, this is Louisa Fiedler from Natural Orgasmic Birth channel, and I just opened up my book here of knowledge that I gathered, and today I will talk about the E in birth reflex, and like one of these. And I have this here. It's in German, but yeah, it's like this, and I will talk about how the E for me in birth reflex is like reminding me of the ejection reflex. Like birth reflex, one really basic concept about the birth reflex is that it is a ejection reflex. And if you really like to understand what birth is about ejecting things. Like not like things, but there are other things we eject. You can just think about how do you eject other things. Our skin is ejecting things like whatever through our skin. We are ejecting these tears, and like sometimes we're spitting, sometimes we're like more down there. The blood is ejected from the period, or we eject pee, we eject caca. So I don't know, I am not a native speaker in English, so please, if I use sometimes weird language, so I hope it's okay. And we eject sperm. So sperm ejection reflex, we know about this sperm ejection reflex, but that birth is designed the same way. Like not only the egg is ejected out of the like these egg. I probably have to practice first before starting videos how these body parts are called in English. Yeah, the egg is released, and the sperm is released, and actually the baby is released too. So it's very similar processes, like even in the whole birth there are several other ejection reflexes, like the milk ejection reflex, after the placenta ejection reflex. There are a lot of reflexes. So reflex means automatic processes that our body knows from whatever kind of knowledge, deep ancestral knowledge about our just whole being. And it usually works, as the word says, automatic. But if you disturb this process, then it's really difficult that this process happens automatically. So why don't all the women on earth have natural orgasmic, really enjoyable birth experiences? It's because they get disturbed a lot in this ejection. And it's on because ejection is on so many levels of our whole beings that it's the most easy for a woman and a child to experience this ejection when all the other parts are easily possible. So if I have a problem with pooing in public, in a public loo, then it's probably the same tension I create during birth, because I usually ask people how comfortable they are pooing in a natural public toilet. Natural. I'm here and I experience natural public toilets here. It's like I'm in a very natural place, and we have shit pits here, so there's only a cover and some like these constructions here, but sometimes you're seen while doing your business, and it depends on how comfortable you are with this, to invite other people to join this process. So as birth is this ejection reflex, actually we should be aware of who we invite to this process. If we choose a hospital for birth, it is very likely that we invite quite a lot of people, doctors, nurses, interns. Like usually the room can be full of like 7 or ish people, and the more people are there, the longer the birth, the more complicated the birth, etc., etc. Because usually the natural way of birthing is that we as women and child and son, separate ourselves from our species, from the same species, from the, like, even no women or man being in the same spot where the birth is happening. So this is the most natural way of giving birth. When we talk about our mammal about our mammal heritage. So when you go deep into the research about this, then it's our mammal brain is taking over the birth. So the conscious part, the controlling neocortex part, the brain that is the mind, usually called the mind, that's reminding us of everything we have to do, we have been told and taught and accustomed, and a lot of habits that are stored in this part, how to behave, got just like shut down during birth. So in this, to make this ejection easy, to not being disturbed by any kind of thing in mind. And so this ejection reflex is naturally occurring because the hormones make this occur. So there's a group of these ejection reflexes I wanted to talk about. And if birth is undisturbed and privacy is given to the birthing couple, I like to call them, then all the ejection reflexes that are naturally built into this body, the fetal ejection reflex says, actually there are more than one, and not only in the woman, so the how's it called? The uterus is massaging the baby out of the body. So this is not consciously, I don't think about like I want my belly to massage the baby out of my body. This is just subconsciously done by the process, by the automatic birthing reflex process. And it's a sensitive hormonal orchestra that is controlled by the hormonal part of the brain that is orchestrating all these ejections. So and first comes the fetus ejection. Then when this happened successfully, then there's the placenta ejection reflex, where the placenta is itself releasing from the body, from the uterus, and then the wound is closing itself, the blood stops itself, everything is just totally naturally healing in a very calm and very, yeah, the body knows what to do there, and we can trust these things to happen. And then the milk ejection reflex is starting to go. Yeah, this is what happens with the mother, and we have the other reflexes. It's not a ejection reflex, but maybe kind of, because the baby is like moving through reflexes through the birthing channel. So it when the head is in a certain position and it's bent, then a reflex moves the head more down, and yeah, so a lot of reflexes are designed within the baby to move itself out of the body of the mother. There's a pushing reflex. You can feel it when the baby is newborn. You can push the feet and it's like pushing against it. This is one of these reflexes. It is pushing itself out of the vagina when it's time for that. So, and all these reflexes are working magically together to create this birth. And I love how this is working. This is so magnificent. What a beautiful concept of doing things. And it's actually designed, the hormones are actually designed to have pleasure and joy during this whole process. When we have an undisturbed birth that is safe, when we have a safe space for a birthing woman. And yeah, the love hormones like oxytocin can flow naturally and be activated and be ejected, actually. Like the hormones are ejected, the baby is ejected. Everything's like working from the small level to the big level. So yes, just want to make sure this is understood. That is ejection reflex. Okay, if you have any question about this, please comment below. Maybe I will make a video about this question somewhere when I have time in paradise. Yeah, and if you like this information and love it and want to support my channel and my work that I do, then feel highly invited to give something back. It's in the description below, my bank account. Give some money or whatever. Like the video, share it with lovely people, and yeah. Namaste. Bye.